Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Women make the F-boys. Women make the F-boys. And you know what? There's always this talk about the F-boys or players, and you know, I've been checking out that series that was on the other week, F-Boy Island and everything. And you know how women, you know, they complaining, oh yeah, these F-boys, this F-boy did this F-boy did that. And of course other guys who ain't quite F-boys and losing out to them are complaining about them. But let's talk about the women. And let's talk about a reality out here. And this is something, women broke this down to me a long time ago. Women make the players. Women make them. And I'm gonna tell you how they make them. It's not that they force anything or anything. They make them for one simple reason. They're receptive to them. Understand something. Even if the F-boy is a blatant liar, I don't care what he does, however he gets this, however he gets that, he ain't holding a gun to her head. He is not holding a gun. A woman always has a choice whether or not to deal with an F-boy, always. Even if he giving her a line of bullshit, she still should be thinking. No, I ain't even say should. She is thinking about it. She is thinking about it. She knows. In fact, a lot of times women get with a guy. They know he an F-boy. They know he an F-boy, but they get with him anyway for whatever reason. You know, it could be the challenge. They could get his rep could be he's real good in bed. Let me be clear on that because I talked about that in another video. Women do share. Women do share. Find a woman who is cool with you, is going to be honest what women talk about. They be talking about sex probably more than men do. We'll talk about sports or making money and other stuff, you know, and then the women might come into the conversation. If they alone, if women are alone, or even if they got one guy with them or a couple guys who they think can handle what they actually say, they be talking about it. I've been in that position before. I can say, Rom, you can handle it. I've heard women whose word I've learned to trust. I mean, they proved their loyalty and everything to me. They came back and said, yeah, we be talking about it. All right. So they know if a guy's an F-boy, and they make them just on one simple thing. Like I said, they are receptive to them. Because let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it $1,000. We know there are plenty of men out here who want to be players. Not all men, of course, because let's be clear about that. And I've said that several times. Many men just want that one good woman. But you know, you got a bunch of wannabe players out here and they failed players. Let's just keep it a buck. You know, they trying, but it's not working for them. Why? The women ain't receptive to whatever they spitting or whatever they doing. Their bait, their convo is off some. Women making a choice there who is going to be the man and who ain't. That's a very important thing. They the ones who make them. Anybody can try. Seriously, anybody can try. Indeed, like I said, there's plenty of guys who tried, it don't work. Plenty of guys who wish they could do that. And shoot, the women is deciding, all right, we're gonna make him. And then the guy, he's not gonna change. Why would the F-boy change? What he's doing is working. What he is doing is working, you know? And I got something for my woman's channel addressing that issue. You know, my guy ain't gonna change. All right, he be saying whatever to the women. He know he don't be returning the text right away. He know he only visit her from 12 to 5. He know he only calls her when he wants some nani. Yet she's still dealing with him. Who's that on? In fact, a lot of players are going to be straight up. Yeah, there's some going to be lying and trying to lie. But shoot, some of the most effective players tell them straight up, look them dead in the eye and say, well, you know what? It's cool. This is what this is. It's just sex. I got some other women. And the woman's still like, okay. All right, so who's that on, the man or the woman? You know, they decided. You know, that thing starts back in like high school when the divas in the high school, the cheerleaders, the prettiest girls decide which men are going to be selected and which men aren't. And that's, like I said in a video before, if they decided the nerdy, artistic type of guys, let me be clear on that one, artistic type of guys or, you know, more intellectual type of guys are what's desired, they're the select. Women decide. They decide who's select, who's not, who's going to be a Fboy, who's not. Because it's up, man can try all he wants, but the woman has to agree. And see, that's why I'm gonna tell you something now. I know I'm going on women on this channel, but I have to say, when women talk, say, well, I got dogged, he did this. And I was just like, you decided to get with him. You decided to get with him. Because very few men can fool a woman like that. Look, let me be real with it. See, women be trying to act like this guy fooled them, because a lot of women, they get with a guy, they know he's saying some bullshit. They know he lying. Let's be real with women. Women checking out everything. And see, a lot of dudes are talking about like social media and stuff. I mean, please, women checking that shit out. You know what, I remember in recent years, I was at this department store, just walking through, I had to get my colognes and everything. And this woman, she saw me and she was blatant, she was interested. And I still had some stuff to do. So I said, okay, why don't we meet there's this restaurant over here, why don't we just meet there, okay? And I gave her my name. All I did, I gave her my full name too. All right, it's like, oh, okay, cool. When I got to that restaurant, she was like, so are you a nice guy or a player? And I said, yeah, okay, she done look me up. Women, first of all, they gonna look up you, so they gonna say, oh, what's your Snapchat? If you younger, you got TikTok, you younger, IG's becoming more older now, to be honest, even though people on it. She gonna ask, and she's gonna look it up. Women be doing that stuff. They be looking up stuff, so they even got better ways to find out about you. And they be looking at the pics and stuff. They gonna look through there and say, oh, okay, he got all these pics with these different women, or he look like he partying, something. They gonna figure out something. Or they'll look at a pic and say, he got that fuckboy look. And they will look at it all. So they can't say, oh, I didn't know. They know it. They be checking out. They might bring, they'll show the social media to a group of girlfriends. And they'll be like, oh yeah, Fboy. And she said, well, you know what, he might be changing. She know he ain't, but she gonna lie to herself. And and especially, like I said, women know when a guy lying to them. He told her some stuff, and the girlfriends, they'll sit around and be like, yeah, oh man, that's a corny ass lie. But she been with him a couple years. Oh man. Yeah, shout out Cousin Tito. He briefly touched on that in his book, The Seduction Scriptures. They know it. As soon as a guy approached, they already know. Now, I ain't saying they're gonna be perfect with it. Let's be clear on it. But they got an idea. They'll look at a guy like he got his drip together, conventionally handsome, good body build and everything, good conversation. They're gonna at least think he's on that thing. He's gonna at least think, hey, to check, make sure some equipment was on right. They're gonna at least check. They at least gonna suspect. And one thing about women, if they think you're something, that's what they're gonna hold in their mind until you show them something different. But they still check it. And something else with women too. They listen. You say something to a woman, they will remember that. That's why, like, you get in an argument with a woman and they'll bring up something you said like 10 years ago. Well, remember when you did this and you said this, and you be like, I did what? Said what? So, these guys, they ain't fooling the women, and they making them, they receptive to them. And really, I'm gonna tell you what, it's really the same reason men are receptive to hoes. Straight hoes. Men, you get an idea if a woman is straight hoe, but you wanna get that good. They want the good too. They deciding who is primarily gonna get the good and who's gonna be excluded. They make the Fboys. They make it. Shoot, sometimes a woman, she might mess with that guy might even be more serious. And there's been plenty of players made because they tried it, and the woman, shoot, she just wanted some good. That's all she wanted. But, and the guy, he was doing some sincere shit. Because women, they pass around guys too. Trust me. They be talking. Some guys be thinking, oh, they're going to be selfish about it. Yeah, they are selfish. But they will share if they don't care about that guy for anything beyond sex. Seriously. Because I knew, I'm going to share this one. Yeah, I'm portraying some confidences now, but I ain't calling any names. Like a good friend of mine, she was telling me about how her and a group of women, these group of women were talking about this guy they all knew. And, well, I ain't gonna give his name, but they described him like this. I want y'all to think about it. This is how they described him. They were passing that dude around. Shoot. They even did a video talking about that. I gotta, I'm gonna try to find that. See if I can link it in the description box. I can't remember the title. But if I do, I'll put it in the description box. But they be doing that. They make it. And so, fellas, understand that. For the women watching it, yeah, I busted you. Y'all know y'all. Don't complain about that, dude. You already knew. You decided who's gonna be the players or not. The guy can want it all he want, but if he's gonna be successful, the women gotta cooperate. All right? So anyway, that's all I got for now. Get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.